me come pick you up? Okay. Oh, that's Mary calling me. Okay, all right, bye. Hey, Mary. Hey. You want me to pick Liv? Sure. Yeah, I'll come pick her up. This is the best protein drink ever right here. And stay lean and fit. Omega-3s, omega-6s. And a little bit of saturated fat, but it's a good fat. Maybe I'll cut a mango up. Let's just try that one today. Oh man, that's a pretty old mango. I guess that's what it's like when you're a bachelor. You have old raw stuff. It doesn't need to go in there. Oh, I almost forgot my coffee. I've done that before. But we're about to go pick up my daughter right now, which is great because Lily lives close to me and it's wonderful. But she lives with me half the time, or her mom half the time. We have a good relationship. Hey, sweetie. There you go. Lily, are you already texting this morning? Oh my gosh. How many texts do you think you do a day?
1,000.
Oh, you don't do 1,000, but you do a lot, don't you?
About 200.
Are you a day? See you about 6. Are you excited about coming today? Huh? It's gonna be fun, isn't it? What are we doing today? Are we gonna do 2 feelings today? I think we are, aren't we? Can I ask you another question? Can I ask another question? Please, just one more question. Just one. No, can I ask 2 questions? Can I ask 3 questions? Can I ask 5 questions or 1? 5 questions. All right, question number 5. You ready?
Dr. Hardy's office is Peter.
If you were another age, would you like to be 7 or 8? Could you be? Which would you like to? Can I ask you another question?
Dr. Hardy, as a boss, is just like he is as a friend. I mean, we talk to him just like he's one of us. We talk to him about anything.
Not long after George set up his practice, we had some students who had major dental work that needed to be done. And George, after one phone call, took that on, basically transformed the lives of a couple of kids by doing their dental work totally free. Didn't have to do that, but did it because he knew that's what those kids needed, and it's changed their life.
Which one do you like? Which one do you like, sweetie?
George Hardy is the most authentic, alive person. A lot of people, as they get older, they get set in their ways and they get bored with their life, or they just get settled. Somebody like George, he's not settled. You know, he's alive.
Will you kill me if I tell him?
No, tell him.
The reason the hometown folks love George is because George dresses up like a rollerblading tooth fairy in the Christmas parade every year.
I'm trying to think of somebody that might not like George. I can't think of one person that doesn't like George Hardy. I mean, if his ex-wife likes him as much as I like him, then, you know, I think it'd be pretty hard for anybody to not like George.
He has always been one of the most fun people that I know. I don't think I've ever seen George when he wasn't smiling.
Hey, Barbara.
Hey, George.
How about all this?
I'm fine. Good to see you, too. He loves people, and he likes the reaction that he gets from people.
How you been? You always answer the phone so great here. Really, honestly, every time I call down here. Hey, how you doing?
He is one of the kindest and finest people that I have ever seen in my life, even though he is my son. He's just fun to be around.
What did you think of your son's performance in Troll 2?
Oh my gosh. Let's say he's no Cary Grant.
So where's that damn mirror?
Well, I left in about the middle of the movie. I just couldn't take it anymore. And I thought, what is he doing?
It's gotta be your imagination. Or hallucination. Are you still smoking dope, Holly?
I've known George for years, and he came in the store one day, and I asked him, I said, you know, George, were you ever in a movie? And he said, yeah, why? I said, well, I think I saw it. I said, I saw this movie, Troll 2. And it was just crazy because nobody in the community even knew that George was in a film.
We don't speak too much about it, but he did make this movie about 17 years ago. We didn't know whether to tell people about it or kind of keep it quiet.
I walked up to the counter and I said to the fellow, I said, I'm here to pick up a movie you've got on hold. It's called Troll 2. And this guy that was standing next to me at the counter, he was getting another movie too. And he looked at me, he said, oh my gosh, he said, that's the worst movie I've ever seen. Of course, we get home and watch the movie, and he was right.
It was so bad, and he was so, his accent and his acting, it was just the strangest thing to watch.
It was so not him. You know, knowing the real person and seeing him using the word acting loosely, it was just hilarious.
Do you see this writing? Do you know what it means? Hospitality. And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tightening my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains.
Okay, pause it. Rewind. Freeze right there. That's me, Michael Paul Stevenson. And 18 years ago, I got the lead role in my first movie.
Neilbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards!
At that time, the movie was titled Goblin. It was directed by Italian filmmaker Claudio Fragasso and written by his wife, Rossella Drudi. We filmed the movie over the course of 3 weeks in small town Utah in the summer of 1989. It was hard work, it was tough work, but it was a small price to pay for stardom. See, as a child actor, this was the big break that I was waiting for. I thought that I was going to be famous. I couldn't wait to see my movie on the big screen. But my movie never made it to the big screen. In fact, the first time that I saw my movie was 1 year later on Christmas morning. I unwrapped my last present to reveal a VHS copy of my movie. I was so excited to see this for the first time with my family. I grabbed the tape and I stuck it in the VCR, and then I pressed play. 90 minutes later, my childhood dreams went up in flames. I hated this movie. I ran from Troll 2 and I wanted nothing to do with it. But that was before I realized that there was more to this movie than I understood. And this is my movie about that movie.
Tightening my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains. And your sister and mother will have to do likewise.
I was practicing dentistry in Salt Lake City, Utah at the time. I think it was about 1989, and on a whim, I auditioned for this movie. And I did dentistry about 2 or 3 days or 4 days, and then I'd go back and shoot, and then go back and do dentistry and go back and shoot. I remember doing that a few times. The way I first found out that the movie was released was by one of my patients. My patient goes, I seen you in that movie, Dr. Hardy, I seen you in that movie. I go, what movie? And he goes, Troll 2. And I go, what? What is the name? What? Within a day or two, I got a copy of Troll 2 on VHS. And I remember taking that thing and putting it in and watching my first scene with Margot on the couch.
I'm worried about Joshua. He's still seeing Grandpa Seth.
When I was a kid, I had an imaginary playmate too.
But it wasn't your dead grandfather.
And I thought, oh man, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
Michael?
Yeah?
Who are the goblins?
The goblins?
When it first started showing up on HBO and all that, people would call me from all over the freaking place. And, George, you're on TV. I just go, I know I've been on it. Just stop watching it right now. It gets worse.
I went on a mission for my church, and I was in Spain. And all of a sudden, one day, I get this letter, and it says, your movie's out. And it's called Troll 2.
Damn. There's no milk. There's no coffee. There's nothing. Guys, didn't anyone remember to bring supplies?
And the first time that I saw it, it was embarrassing. I've got to admit, it was embarrassing because my acting was horrible. And I think I maybe hoped it wouldn't be as bad as it was, but it was.
I like to dance with you, honey. I'm Gene Kelly. I laugh at romance.
I was in a crappy movie, and I am a crappy actor, and that's okay because it's not my thing that I do. I do music, you know. I don't need to run from this film. But I can understand like Darren and Connie and maybe some of the other ones that do acting and are trying to make a career of acting, how they, for a time, would try to just kind of brush this. Who wants to put Troll 2 on their resume, you know? If someone pulls that out and watches it, you're not getting the part.
Oh, I think I recognize you. Did you do a movie about goblins or trolls or something? And there's that part of you that wants to lie. It's not on my resume, you know, but then you're like, oh, I shouldn't lie because I know he'll look me up. And so you go, uh-huh, and leaving knowing I'm not getting hired because of that.
Oh. Release your instincts in the bathroom.
Are you nuts? You trying to turn me into a homo?
Wouldn't it be too hard? If my father discovers you here, he'd cut off your little nuts and eat them. He can't stand you.
I was horrible in it, and I knew I was horrible in it. And I was like devastated. As a little kid, you're just like, you know, well, I was a preteen, even worse, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I suck. I looked it up on IMDb, and it was like one of those slow motion moments when you look down and you see like the rating. It says worst movie ever made. And then I clicked on comments. That was a bad move. They're not just saying that's a horrible movie. They're saying you are a horrible actor in the movie. So it's not just the movie, it's you too. So it is personal. From the moment I saw it, the first time on HBO, from that very moment, I was like, oh, I just want it to go away. I just want it to go away.
We can do the Holly scene with the boyfriend coming in the window.
I don't know that one. Are you Holly?
Sure.
I could be Holly.
Release your instincts in the bathroom.
Are you trying to turn me into a homo? Are you crazy?
Wouldn't be too hard. If my father discovers you here, he'll cut off your little nuts and eat them. He can't stand you.
This is Atkins Research Group. We're a marketing research company. We do focus groups and also mock trials for the general public. Today we are throwing a Troll 2 party. We hold this annually, and we're very proud of what we do.
I first saw the movie when my friend Chris introduced it to me. We were at my house and he said, there's this movie you've got to see. I've watched it a million times on VHS. The most awful, worn, used, dated copy. But we popped it in and it was pure genius and joy. We watched it a second time right away.
The movie came right to video, and my dad knew I loved horror films, so he rented it for me, and he came over because we would hang out every day. This is back in Detroit, where we're both from. And we watched the movie, and then I showed it to my cousin, and my cousin made fun of it. She goes, this is the worst movie ever made. Nilbog, it's goblins on backwards.
We just started watching it over and over and over again. Every time we watched it, we brought a new person. And before you knew it, we had groups of 10, and then groups of 15, and then we said, you know, we got to do this annually.
Well, this is our fifth party, because last year we had 2.
And it gets bigger and bigger every single time.
It does.
Who has seen the movie? Who's not seen the movie? Uh-huh. You've seen the movie. So we're putting bees on everybody who are virgins to the movie.
Flower.
How could you not have seen the movie? Have you seen it? Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie.
I don't know anything about the movie other than I've heard it's not the horror film it's supposed to be, which is good because I don't like horror films.
It came after Troll, which has nothing to do with Troll 2. There's not even trolls in the movie. He's like, I'm gonna go for a run and get some milk. It's two guys shirtless in the bed, and then the grandpa, the sister dance. It's so funny that there's no way to hate this movie.
Okay. I have tried to explain Troll 2 to people who haven't seen it, but words don't really do it justice. You really do just have to see the movie. Because I can tell you, well, it's about a boy who goes on vacation with his family, and it turns out that everyone there wants to turn them into plants to eat them. And his grandfather, who's dead, is helping him on this quest to rescue his family.
Grandpa!
It just doesn't sound very compelling to most people. And then they're kind of just like, oh, I'm really glad you're excited about that movie. Sounds great. But, you know, if you were actually to see the film, I mean, I feel like you'd have to like not have a heart or something to not like it.
Oh my God, you didn't see it?
You haven't seen Troll 2?
Put it in now. No matter what you're doing, you drop what you're doing. You go, oh, you haven't seen Troll 2? We're watching it now.
I'll watch it with you, and I watched it yesterday, and I'm excited to watch it today.
I watched it twice this morning, but I'll watch it again with you.
I'll watch it again with you because I know that you're going to love it.
Thank you all for coming to the 5th annual Los Angeles Troll 2 party.
I've heard people say Troll 2 is a religion, and that makes complete sense to me, because in a religion, what you're doing is you're passing your religion on to other people. You're sharing, what it is about this that helps you, and that, and that moves you through life. And that's what people do with this movie. They pass the DVD around like it's the Bible.
All right, we're gonna start.
By every conceivable measure, this is a bad film. By every conceivable measure that you've ever learned in film school, if you've seen 5 movies in your lifetime. But again, it's all fun. Bad food is bad, and bad books are bad, but bad movies are not always bad.
You guys have Troll 2.
That is in the holy fucking shit section.
The holy fucking shit section.
Yeah, it's right over here.
Both are on here, but it's pointing to Troll 2, right?
That's the one that deserves the holy fucking shit.
Okay. When I heard rumblings of Troll 2 becoming more like a cult film or popular, I thought to myself, hey, there must be something to this. It says, hey, George, thank you for adding me. I just wanted to let you know that Troll 2 is one of my favorite films of all time. Thank you for being a part of cinematic history. You are a lucky man to have acted in such a magical movie. Wow. Do you have 11 pages of messages? No. Well, I do, and I've been on MySpace less time than you have. I said, is this really true? Is it really a cult phenomenon? I just found it hard to believe that it really was that popular.
We were supposed to do like a routine here at UCB for a show called the It Sucked Awards. It's like a yearly roundup of things that sucked. And then George saw that a copy of the New York Times with the little write-up of, and John Gemberling showed clips from Troll 2, which won like the It Sucked movie category.
And I said, hey, my name is George Hardy. I'm from the movie Troll 2. And all of a sudden, I hear in the background, oh my God, you guys, it's George Hardy on the phone.
This is the most surreal fucking thing I've ever experienced in my life. This is the dad from Troll 2.
This is my first time in New York. Have you been here before? I haven't. What time does this thing start? 9. 9. Anyone's gonna come? I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
I hear they've sold out. I hear that they may even have standing room only. I hear there may be people turned away.
I put up one post on MySpace, one saying we're having this screening, and within 2 days I had over 100 responses.
We didn't do anything. We literally
did nothing.
We can't take
the movie
credit.
sold itself. We cannot take credit.
I came from LA. Cape Cod, New Jersey, Connecticut.
This guy right here came all the way from North Carolina.
We would have walked here for this. From West Virginia, man.
Just numbers-wise, there were the most people here that, up to that point, had ever squeezed into the room.
The energy inside that place was just amazing.
Troll 2 is the best movie in the world. The world. It's unmatched by any movie. I've gone from movie store to try and find another movie that even comes close, and Troll 2 just blows it out of the water.
All these guys just go, "You rock, man, you rock, you're my hero."
I'm smitten right now. I'm speechless.
You would have thought that, like, Robert De Niro had come into the building.
They want our autograph. They're shaking when they see us. And I'm looking around just going, wow, this is bizarre.
It's just a new thing to me to be signing autographs, signing girls' t-shirts, you know, to be taking pictures with people. And in the back of my mind, I'd be like going, I'm just in this crappy movie.
Think of the, shot composition, cinematography, acting, directing, writing. A few movies fuck each of those things completely and still retain their eminent watchability. It's not even a movie screen. It's like a projector screen. There's a column terribly placed.
It's a horrible place to watch a movie. It's like one of the worst places to try to watch a movie, but people loved it.
I'll tell my father that you're coming with us tomorrow.
It's really hard to fathom that this film that was shot for a couple $100,000, 17 years later, is being played to 300 adoring fans.
My heart is beating like 100 miles a minute. People clapping and people cheering and throwing their arms up and yelling. And I just thought, you know what? Just go out there and have fun with these folks, tonight.
Try this. It's been 17 years. Let's see. Okay. You can't piss on You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
These people were going nuts. They were applauding, they were going crazy. I don't feel that kind of feeling when I'm drilling a cavity. It's when you're walking down stage and you've got 300 adoring fans go crazy over you. It was amazing. I was amazed. I had no clue. And then I knew there's something to this. It was a cult phenomenon.
2 decades after it was made, Troll 2 is finally finding an audience, and the fans are not necessarily all completely crazy.
I'd always wanted to see Troll 2 in a theater, but I never thought it would happen. We had really hoped that it would sell out, but it actually ended up being about over 100 people that couldn't even make it into the theater.
I've never seen a line that far around the Alamo. It's crazy.
It is sold out for tonight.
This is unbelievable.
This film is like aliens saw what movies were like from our transmissions, and then they tried to make a film themselves that Earthlings would like.
We all found Troll 2 on our own. We'd watch it every single weekend.
I saw it at least 7 times in the first week after being introduced to it.
Everyone had to become obsessed with it. We brainwashed them into it.
My friends and I thought we were like the only people in the world who knew about this.
Oh my God!
Getting to meet some of these guys, it's really a pleasure. And George Hardy, I think I'll probably stalk for several months.
Troll 2, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy it.
Nice to meet you.
If you're unhappy, just watch Troll 2.
I bought the VHS, the original, because I am a goblin in disguise. I'm a goblin!
It's time to watch the movie. Come on in.
You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it! I won't allow it!
You just never realized that it reached as many people as it did.
Oh my God. Wow. It's the happiest night of my life.
Your friend in mine, the rich man's Craig T. Nelson, George Hardy! Mr. George Hardy!
What's great though, and it's the reason the movie's great, these guys are so genuine.
He's so sincere. He's so genuine. He's exactly why we love Troll 2.
I'm sure George Hardy is a great dentist, but I respect him as an actor.
You know, the trouble with being psychologically disturbed is that no matter how you get out of it and get back to normalcy, as soon as you tell people you had mental problems, they still treat you like you're nutty. I walked in ever-decreasing concentric circles until I found my head up my ass. I was sitting in my house on 13th East, and I couldn't decide whether to have a hard-boiled egg, a scrambled egg, or eggs. I couldn't make that decision. I was there, stuck, and a friend said, "Let me take you to the hospital," and they took me right in. You know, I like to drive without a seatbelt. I really like the feeling of driving without a seatbelt. I was in the mental hospital at the University of Utah, and they gave me days off to go out. I called my agent. She said, "They're shooting a movie out in Park City, an Italian film company, and you go out there. I won't charge you if you get the part." I went there. They said, "Come back again." And when I came back, they said, "The person who was supposed to do it didn't show up, so you can do it."
Can I help you?
Coffee.
There's no coffee here in Nilbog. It's the devil's drink.
Eggs.
You know, this is me. This is who I am. It's you know, it's you know a lot about people by the toys they have. These are my people. These are my people. If they were to run for office, I'd vote for them. I smoked an enormous amount of pot then to stay sane. And when I got on the set, I had no idea what it all meant or what I was doing or what I was saying. I don't know where we went or what we did, and I had no idea of what the total movie was. And I didn't see it until 20 years later. And I was amazed how creepy I looked. I looked at that person who looked like this, and I realized I was really troubled. I wasn't acting. I can tell you that I wasn't acting. That was a troubled person talking. It was a terrible experience making that movie. It was always cold. It was always remote. And I remember there was a little kid there, a little Mormon kid, who was really a pain in the ass, and he was a star. And I wanted to kill him. And I was in the scene with him where I said, "Try this, you like it?" And I really wanted to feed him that green stuff. I wanted to grab his head and put it in it. I just couldn't stand him.
You just, it looks darker.
The dentist, the one who played the father with the southern accent, called me. That's how I found out about it. I was in the audience. I didn't want to go up on the stage.
Don Packard showed up and was sitting in the audience.
Yeah, he wasn't even like necessarily wanting to be part of the Q&A.
We had to like go and ask him, and he was like, "Oh, you want me to? Oh,
We're like,
okay."
you flew to New York just to watch this?
And the woman sitting next to me said, "You are great." She kept saying, "You were great." I was won over.
This is pretty incredible. I'm pretty giddy about it. The owner of the general store.
This. I went like this, and everybody applauded. I was thrilled. I went like this. They all applauded when I came out. And somehow I was freed. I wasn't self-conscious. It was really a golden experience for me.
The part I had nothing to do with the rest of the movie. And I don't know who, the truth is, I don't know who these people were.
Never felt that good in all my life. Really, I never was thrilled at being who I was until that moment in Manhattan.
Hello, my name is Mr. K. I'm somewhere here in Austria in the middle of a wood. I'm not just cold, I'm freezing, and I'm a troll. What else? I'm going to eat you.
My name is Kaspar Radetzky. I'm a Troll 2 fan and I live here in Austria. My desk in school is full of Troll 2.
I'm so excited that a movie can mean that much to people without being pushed into it. The audiences of Troll 2 had to have found it on their own. They had to be probably a certain type of person who would rent videos that they'd never heard of. And someone who watches movies more than once.
Troll 2 is something very special. It's a movie you can watch 1,000 times and it won't get boring. It's just so perfectly bad.
I realize that there's nothing more intelligent that I could do as a 31-year-old man than get a Troll 2 tattoo.
I can't stand tattoos, but I can't stand Dennis. It's all right.
It's so interactive. You personalize the film and take some sort of ownership.
We bought a kit to make actually like a professional latex mask.
Yeah,
and it's the first time, you know, we've never sculpted.
We've never done it. I've never sculpted any clay before, yeah.
It took about 6 weeks to complete, and we didn't know how it was going to turn out, you know, being the first time we made these costumes.
They turned out really well.
If I could get everyone's attention, we're going to start the Troll Olympic Games. So everyone who wants to participate, just come over here. Go! Wow, son!
I always invite people over to watch Troll 2 with me, so I don't know if that would count as a party. But actual, like, official Troll 2 parties, this is my third.
Hi, my name's Adam Corellis. I'm the one that brought Troll 2 to Iraq.
What I learned from this movie is that whenever someone goes like this towards me, I won't eat whatever they give me.
I basically made the Troll 2 video game because I love the movie, and I wanted to make a good game. All right, we're at Nailbog. I'm shooting double-decker bologna sandwiches at the goblins. These are the strong ones. Yeah.
My friend Steve, also a venue artist here, I showed him Troll 2 probably about like a year and a half ago, right around the time we were starting Guitar Hero 2, and he made, you know, one of his levels was a high school gym, and he called it Nilbog High, you know, and we all thought that was great.
I actually wrote the sequel, Troll 3, Monstrous Beans. So he sees a cloaked figure on the side of the road. Michael gets on the CB and he says, "Hey, son," to Elliot. Elliot says, "Yes, Dad. I hate to see hitchhikers."
If this movie is resonating so strongly with all of these people, what is beneath the surface that is this kind of unconscious thing that is getting under our skin?
I don't think it's the worst film ever made. I have seen worse films than this. But it's not just that it's bad, it's odd. It's really odd, it doesn't make sense. And it's like a lot of bad movies, you get the impression the people making them just didn't know how to make a film. This is like the people knew how to make a film, but had suffered quite a heavy blow to the head.
When the time comes, you light the wick and throw the bottle. I'll create some confusion with this.
It's genuine. There's no irony going on. A film that genuinely expresses a story. A totally whacked story, too.
There's sandwiches for tonight in here. It will go easier if you eat them.
The best bad movies are not deliberately bad. Always, you know, like the most fondly remembered stinkers are the movies that people went all out and they tried their best and totally failed, like gloriously.
What we want from film is honesty and sincerity. We want to feel like these people really care about what they're making, even if it is really awful.
That's why Ed Wood is still so highly regarded, because Ed Wood wasn't just making trash. He really believed in what he was making. And that makes a big difference. You know, I see some of these films and I think these are people who have just thrown this together cynically. But there isn't a cynicism in Troll 2.
Diciamo dopo 2 o 3 anni che avevo girato Troll 2, domandai ai produttori come andava il film in America. E qualcuno di loro mi ha letto delle critiche sul film dicendo mamma mia, tutti dicono che è una schifezza, che hai fatto una cosa brutta, il film va molto male. Io non seguo molto la critica e la critica non segue molto me. Io non faccio film per essere elogiato dalla critica. Troll 2 è un film che su cose molto gravi, molto importanti, come mangiare, vivere, morire, è un film importante, parla della famiglia, dell'unione di una famiglia, del senso di una famiglia contro tutti quelli che la vogliono vedere morta. People want to eat this family. In Italia diciamo una parabola.
Non volevo scrivere una storia horror classica, quindi mi sono inventata questa storia dei troll che sono dei vegetariani, perché in quel periodo della mia vita avevo molti amici in quel periodo che erano diventati tutti vega e quindi ero arrabbiatissima, e allora ho avuto l'idea, la mia idea è stata quella di trasformare i vampiri, le storie di vampiri, in vegetariani. C'è una critica e un'analisi molto feroce sulla società di oggi.
Se sto nello Utah, circondato da persone che vivono lì, cerco di capire loro, di andare in profondità su di loro, cercare di capire esattamente quello che pensano e quello che fanno. E quindi mi sono trovato nella condizione in cui ero forse più americano di un regista americano.
18 years ago, when start to the audience, when the audience see it, they say it's a rubbish movie, it's no good, it's a stupid story, it's a cheap movie, etc. Today is not like this, because I think on this time the audience is not prepared for see such things. And today is prepared because the publicity of Harry Potter, but the beginning of this kind of stories come from Troll 2.
La cosa incredibile di Troll 2 è che è il pubblico che ha ripreso il film, cioè l'audience ha tirato fuori il film come un pescatore, no? Tira fuori un grande pesce bello, no? Questo fenomeno qui ci fa capire che il film aveva molte più cose in più di quelle che io stesso, o chi l'ha scritto, o chi ha fatto fotografia, o gli attori, non sapevamo. E il film da solo dice fuck you to the critics. Adesso io sto andando in America, a Los Angeles e poi nello Utah, per capire esattamente l'entità di questo fenomeno e capire esattamente cosa è successo. Oh boy. What a tension. What a suspense.
Claudia. Scott, I want to introduce you. Scott and Claudia.
Nice to meet you. Good, how are you? It's an honor, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. I saw this movie when I was 15.
No.
Yes. And now I produce horror movies, so it's
I give
amazing.
you the inspiration.
Yes.
To be a producer.
Yes, absolutely.
So good to see you again.
Remember?
Oh, of course. Yes, you yelled at me a lot.
Oh, friend.
Do you remember me?
You all right? So we're all here. It's pretty great.
In LA, yeah?
Yeah, so right here in Los Angeles.
The kingdom of the cinema.
That's it. Yeah, you're right in it. You're right here.
Up, sir. Al Pacino. Down, sir. Me and you.
This is pretty good. Pretty good.
Hello. How are you? Fine. Hello. Did you see this movie before?
Yes.
What do you think about?
What's that?
What do you think about?
Oh, we have a great time watching this movie. Oh, yeah.
Ciao. Bye. 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 Troll 2, yeah! Did you see the movie before?
Yeah, it's awesome.
What do you think about?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's hysterical. I love it.
Troll 2! Woo! I cannot believe all these people here in LA, and it's incredible all this stuff of people coming inside. For me, it's very strange.
Grandpa Seth has been gone for more than 6 months now. You were at the funeral, and I know it was very difficult for you. It was also very difficult for your father, and for Holly, and for me, his daughter.
La gente ride delle cose buffe che ci sono nel film, ma ride anche delle cose meno buffe che ci sono nel film. Cioè non ridono solo di quello che comunque è stato costruito per far ridere, ridono anche di cose che non erano fatte per ridere. Allora è come se avessero messo insieme tutte le scene del film e tutto il film nel suo insieme era una risata. Sorry,
Every single bad movie out there wants to be this film, wants to be Troll 2. Most bad movies only have like 2 redeeming qualities or a couple scenes to share with their friends. The thing with Troll 2, it delivers through the entire film. We have about 90%, I believe, of the cast here. We have the director.
Praticamente sono state queste proiezioni a Los Angeles e a Salt Lake, ma piene zeppe di persone, ma tutti pazzi per questo film che io ho girato 18 anni, che abbiamo fatto 18 anni fa, ma ti rendi conto? Questi sono matti. ci hanno fatto la standing ovation, la gente tutta in piedi, il cinema pieno. Io ho detto, ma questi sono matti, non è normale.
Why is the movie called Troll 2 when there are 0 trolls in the movie?
I don't understand the spirit.
Why is the movie called Troll 2 and there are no trolls in the film?
Perché si chiama Troll 2 e non ci sono i troll nel film.
Come non ci sono i troll?
Gli spieghi che il film era Goblin, per favore, spiegaglielo. Ah, è stato cambiato il titolo.
How does it feel that you were the director of the worst movie ever made?
But you think that you were the worst movie. I did a very good movie. If the others say worst movie, it's them problem, not my problem. My problem is to shoot a lot of movie. I want to shoot a lot of movie. I can't stop. Però, allora io dico una cosa, essere considerato il film peggiore è un complimento quasi come il film migliore, cioè vuol dire che comunque hai colpito.
The house is pretty much the same thing, except it's run down a lot more. But it was run down quite a bit then.
They picked the right house. I guarantee you there's some mental insanity here, some mental insanity. So this is really the perfect spot for Troll 2.
Jeez.
I remember, I come out like this. Yeah, and I come out here and I go, oh my God! And then I go, and for some reason.
I say to you a lot of times,
yeah.
You arrive, you stop, 1, 2, 3, and after out the line.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
You do the game
But then
from the door.
Question.
I can remember sitting down with Michael and Connie and Margot, and we would take the script and we would try to decipher what it meant. We would sit there for hours looking at this script and try to do, an analysis on the scenes, and we couldn't do it.
How did I know that there was a fire extinguisher right there the whole time?
That's it's not important. Think at you and your line. Okay.
And I thought, well, this guy's famous. He knows what the hell he's doing. And I mean, I was just, whatever, I'll do whatever you say.
We sat out here on this curb in front of the house, Connie and I, during a break. And we were looking at the script, and she said, I'm really uncomfortable with the nuts line. We came up with something that was, we thought more PG. Then we tracked down Claudio, and we said, Claudio, we really think this will work better. It's a little more PG. This is how American teenagers talk. And he said, I know how American teenagers talk. This is how American teenagers talk.
That's not how you do, that's not American. And he would always say that to me. I don't know if he said that to you a lot, but he would always tell me what was American.
There was a lot of times I think that we were trying to add something or trying to make it seem a little bit more natural to us, but he had a real vision of what he wanted to see.
Michael, who are the goblins? No, I say like, Michael. You are an actor.
Okay.
You cannot
I will not.
laugh.
I will not.
You must be serious. Okay?
All right.
Say, who are the goblins?
The goblins?
You never change. You were a dog, and you are a dog.
That was nice.
For the goblins, they weren't looking for talent. We didn't even have to match the brilliant level of acting that was going on in the rest of the film. They were just looking at height.
I remember them putting this almost like a burlap bag, like shirt on us. They put gloves on us, and the gloves were way longer than my hands. And so they kind of would tape them onto the burlap bag. I had no clue what the movie was about.
It was kind of hard to get a straight answer as to exactly what the nature of the project was, but we were excited. We were told it was low budget, but you know, we know that low budget is kind of a relative term. After a few days, we realized this was really, really low budget, and by, I think it was probably 3 days into shooting that we kind of...
You don't remember the director?
Yes, Claudio.
Nice to meet you, Claudia. As we started to shoot more and more, it started to get more confusing rather than less, and it was like each day we were on the set, we knew less about what this movie was actually supposed to be.
And action!
You see this writing?
Come on, say it
You know what it means? Hospitality. And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
What are you gonna do to me, Daddy?
Okay, Joshua, you wanna know what it feels like to have hunger pains? Well, I'm tightening my belt buckle by 1 notch so I don't feel hunger pains. That's just how
Don't
it is.
laugh! Be serious. Repeat.
There was a recurring problem on the set. There was this language barrier that we all had to deal with. One of the Italian ADs said, "If you would all please to be following me upstairs now." And we were out there in the middle of the canyon. There were no stairs or anything. You meant just going up this slope here.
Che hanno gli italiani di gesticolare, di cercare di far capire con le mani. They understand. When I call you and I say action, you come and you do. You go around, and after you come up. Okay, we start with one with the other. Come on, eat. Oh, finally we can eat. Okay, and
Claudio speaks a lot better English than he did 18 years ago. I mean, there was no way we could understand things last time he worked with us.
I really couldn't understand what they wanted me to do.
Open. Come on, open and say the line. Say the line.
The Italians did kind of annoy me. They're really intense. They're really intense people, very bossy.
I felt about as confused as I did when
Come
we were
on!
doing it.
Don't talk with me! There is a camera. Don't laugh. Say serious.
I had a yellow shirt and it had a logo on it and a logo on the back. But halfway through filming, they lost my shirt. And we'd already filmed like half of my scenes. And so they're like, oh, that's fine, go buy a yellow shirt. And I was just like, you want me to go buy a yellow shirt? I'm like, isn't there like someone to go buy the yellow shirt? Isn't there someone in wardrobe? They're like, no, go buy a yellow shirt.
They took my shoes, mind you, my shoes, not theirs, my black Converse high tops, and they screwed them into the base of the pot, where I stood for almost 14 hours in makeup.
A un certo punto ha cominciato a lamentarsi tanto, dicendo che era impossibile, non poteva rimanere così in piedi perché sentiva ormai il formicolio sulle gambe. Allora, siccome il truccatore aveva preparato il tappo per la bocca, perché la scena, gli ho fatto mettere il tappo, così non ha più parlato.
We really were trying to make a good movie. We really were. It just didn't turn out that way.
I've always loved bad movies. And I always thought, God, it'd be great to be in a bad movie, but I had no idea when I was making it that I was making that bad a movie. So it's wonderful to find out, yeah, I made a bad movie, a really bad movie that got to be famous.
This is very familiar. Do you go up here and take a right? Does she live off to the right? Yeah. I remember when I filmed Troll 2, I would go pick up Margot and take her to the set. So I kind of remember a little bit of where she lived. It says no trespassing except for U.S. mail, no dogs, no literature. Do not ring the bell except by documented request by the owner. Violators will be prosecuted. Wow. Oh, God, this is crazy. What in the world are we doing?
What's the worst thing that could happen?
That she comes to the door with a gun, or she shoots through the door with a gun. I mean, she literally shoots, a bullet comes through the door.
George, don't say that.
Well, that's the worst that can happen.
You want to do it?
Yeah, it's like pulling a tooth. Let's just go ahead and do it.
It's Michael and George Hardy. Is it you, Margot?
Hey, Margot, it's George. I was in Troll 2 with you. Hey.
Margot.
Hey, Margot.
Oh, hi. What are you doing here?
We came, George actually came in front. I'm Michael. I played your son in the
Hi.
movie.
Do you remember Michael?
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you remember me?
Oh, yeah, I do.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
You just came to say hi?
Yeah, we did.
Crazy.
I don't know. I know it is crazy.
I don't know if you've known.
We've been trying to find you. You're the last one of all of our cast members to find. We couldn't, of the major cast members, we couldn't find you. So now, are you working now? Are you doing any auditions for anything now? Or?
Well, I haven't been auditioning in the last, year. I don't really have an agent right now. I did have one. You know, I'm just kind of edging into it. I'm waiting for things in my life to kind of settle down a little bit.
Sure.
Because it's complicated now for me to do things.
Sure, okay.
It's just complicated.
Yeah.
It's just complicated. I learn all the time new things about acting. Even though I may not be acting every single day or doing parts every single day, I watch movies and I take mental notes about what I liked, about what those characters are doing. And very often I write it down on a piece of paper and stick it on my mirror in my bedroom. And then I look at it, until it sinks into my head. Hold on, let me get a drink of water. Let me get you some water. There's some warm water. That will help you out a little bit. Okay. Taking care of my mother is easy. She's easy. I feel sad for her having to not be able to use one of her legs. I feel sad for her because she's always been active her whole entire life. You doing okay? We're gonna have dinner pretty soon. They're almost done. This has lasted quite a lot longer than I thought. Yeah, but we're gonna have dinner pretty soon, and then we'll get ready to go to bed. I just made it me. I just did it the way I would do it. Because I felt that we were just like one person, and I could just take the words and let them come out of my mouth just the way I would do it. And so it became a really simple thing. Joshua, start singing. Come on, sing that song I like so much.
I don't feel like singing, Mom.
Just sing.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
I remember you crying out in that voice that just sent shudders through my spine. Mom! Mom!
They're eating my mom!
And I really believed that you had lost your mother. It was great. I don't really feel sad that I never had children. It's not that I don't like children. I like children, but I really don't think that I could be a real-life mom. Joshua, sing that song I like so much.
But Mom, I don't feel like singing.
Come on, sing.
Row, row, row your boat gently.
What are you laughing at my voice,
No,
right?
I'm laughing at me because
I know. That's what the choir instructor did.
No, I just never imagined we'd be doing this. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's do it again. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Roll, roll,
merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Merrily, 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 merrily,
life is but a dream.
After I watched the movie and I saw it and it was over and I turned off the TV, I just sat back and I said, wow, this is great. This is really great. It was really good. It's a simple, elegant, down-to-earth, real, natural, actor movie. Most of the movies that are around now are fast-paced and car chases and car crashes and explosions and fires and murders and blood and gore and killings. But you compare our movie to a Katharine Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart movie, and it fits in. because our movie was all about people and the experiences those people were experiencing, just as Casablanca and those movies are about people and the experiences they are experiencing.
Well, I was ready to go. I was ready to get the heck out. And so I kept putting my jacket on, and the old grandmother goes, "It ain't gonna do you any good to put the jacket on. That ain't gonna make them leave any earlier." It was just a strange day. So I don't want to ever do it again. Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Good, I'm Dr. Hardy. How you been? You don't know who I am?
Yeah, you're the troll.
That's right, you know it. Have you seen the movie?
No.
You hadn't seen it? Well, you need to come tomorrow. I mean,
Probably will.
Sunday. Have you heard about it?
I read it in the paper.
Did you read it in the paper? You think he might come?
Yeah, I might.
Oh, great. Well, this is a little flyer about it. We're going around the neighborhood just telling folks about
Talking
it.
to George's sister Molly, who teaches in our school system, and I said, you know, with all of this hype about Troll 2, why in the world don't we try to do something here as a fundraiser for the school? And of course, George, being the put the cameras on me sort of fella, you know, the thoughts of that, he jumped on that and ran with it.
They're going to come. I know they're going to come. These folks will see that, and there's no question. Well, how many does that seat again in there?
260.
260? Oh,
Yeah.
great. Did you say you're getting some people interested?
Yeah, some. I guess you've told some people.
Oh, I have, yeah.
Yeah.
We're putting out flyers because I was in a movie back in 1990. Oh, it matches your shirt, your dress. It's the worst film ever made of all time.
All right, then.
It's a fundraiser for the high school, but this is a movie that I was in back in 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to hang this up on you?
Yeah, will you hang it up?
I don't mind.
You had told me that it had a pretty big cult following.
Huge.
Out, you know.
All over the world. We've got fans in England, Iceland. Honestly, I'm like a cult luminary. When I go to these screenings, it's just hilarious, Barb. I would never have dreamed. But it's been a lot.
George has told me that it has spread, the interest has spread, or cultic, I guess you would call it. Yeah, I teach Sunday school class. I got about 50 in my Sunday school class. So Sunday morning, I'm going to issue an invitation for all of them.
Lily, can you put some of these up at the school? These are? You don't want to? You see that poster right there?
Uh-huh.
Troll 2. Do you know anything about it? You don't? Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. Okay. Well, I was in that movie. Back.
I remember seeing that in the paper.
Right. I must do it. I must do it. He goes like that, and he's gonna pee all over the table. So then the next scene is just me going upstairs, and I go, "You can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it." And I, doing that too. It's a crazy movie. So you need to come see this thing.
I'm gonna try, I promise.
Yeah, I know. You got any plans Sunday?
No, just going to church.
Well, good. That'd be a great fun thing to do after church. Come see this. But anyway, we'll go over your treatment plan in just a second. So, yeah.
I think George was born an actor. I think dentistry is just a stage he's on. I really do. I think he missed his calling when this was not his lifelong profession. I mean, anybody who's known George early on, teenage years, college years, everything he's done has been something that could have led to this. Being a cheerleader at Auburn, he was in front of thousands and thousands of people all the time. He's just a natural.
George always wanted to be a movie star. I think that was what was in his heart. He was always an entertainer. He was always liked to be in the limelight and be in the middle of the center of attention of anything that he did.
I was in a movie back in 1989. It's called Troll 2, and it's become known as the worst funeral of all time.
Really?
Yes. So you're in for a treat today, isn't she, Rachel?
Yeah.
No, actually, we're
Can't
showing-
wait to hear what you have to say
Yeah,
about this.
What'll happen is you'll just lift your head up, and this is just going to go around your hair in the back,
Okay.
and they just fit on it. You should be able to look out. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah, be sure, if you want to stop me and ask any questions, just stop, raise your hand and stop and ask, okay?
I would hate to be in his dental chair right now because I know his focus is not on what he's doing. in terms of dental work. It's getting ready for this weekend in the Troll 2 premiere in Ellick City.
You know that movie Troll 2 Dr. Hardy was in?
I just read about it.
Did you read the paper this morning? Well,
3 o'clock and 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
yeah, at Playhouse Cinemas. Are you gonna come?
Uh-huh.
Hey, we were calling because, you know, George was in that movie Troll 2.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard they're having like a...
Hello?
Miss Roxana. Hey, this is Mickey. Dr. Hardy, you know, he was in the movie Troll 2.
Yeah.
We're earning our money today.
We're showing it this Sunday in Ellick City because we've shown it on different screenings all over the United States. So I don't tell too many people about it because it's the worst film ever made of all time. So anyway, but today we'll get started with you in just a few minutes. All right, good. Well, thank you for coming to this.
So excited! I am so
Y'all are gonna enjoy this thing. Thanks for coming. I know. Thank you. I was concerned that not very many people were coming. I kept trying to tell myself, don't have any expectations around it. But then when more and more people showed up, it made me feel a lot better.
Hey, Sadie. Come do t-shirts. Come do t-shirts. Get your t-shirt. Dr. George Hardy, right here, on a t-shirt.
This crowd was much more serious watching the film. We were cracking up, but then behind us, I mean, there was just like Dr. Battistella. She was just like, she was really trying to figure it all out. Everybody, they know what's about to come, and they all laugh at everything beforehand.
Right.
But here, it's just serious. It's like everybody.
Well, the hometown reaction, they want to just soak up every second that you're in the movie.
Yeah.
They're just trying to take it all in, and it's the first time most of these people have seen this.
Thank you for coming.
There were a lot of patients here. There were a lot that came, and I think we'll have definitely a lot of people calling us to find out how he feels if he's back to dentistry or acting.
So, you know, you're the Patch Adams of dentistry
Well,
around
yeah,
here.
maybe so,
You know?
yeah.
No,
I do see a lot of sure.
But
you just make people feel better.
But do you miss that? You know, the feeling you got going into that audition and then getting the part, you know, that creative outlet.
Yeah.
Okay. You're established in your career. You've been established.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, but would you ever entertain the thought?
Oh, well, you know, it's a great thing. I mean, you know, Laura, to me, it's great. This is a very stable situation for me to be a dentist, and it's a nice income.
What does your heart say, George?
My heart
Thank
would
you.
say.
Don't tell me the PR answer.
No,
we don't care.
My heart would say, if I could, it would be awfully hard to leave my dentistry. It would really be hard.
And you care
I have
about
my
your
family.
staff and your patients and your
Well,
family.
it sets up a great lifestyle for me, but I really wanted to be an actor from the start, and I just felt like I felt like I would be fun in front of the camera, and I just felt I had a presence that I could make in front of the camera. But I was too scared to do it because I'm in this small southern town, and my dad kept telling me, "No, son, that's too risky. You can't do that kind of thing." It was a forced thing for me to become a dentist. I mean, I had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars becoming a dentist, you know, and it wouldn't be practical to do something like that. I really kind of wanted to have another shot at acting or do another. I really think I could have done more.
To be an actor, you got to be half crazy. If you're not willing to head for New York or LA and try there, you're never going to make any money at it. But I don't want to live in LA or New York. I don't like the big cities. I'd like to be able to make a living doing acting just in a smaller town. And that's just almost impossible. I started playing old men right off the bat. I played Fears in Cherry Orchard. I played Old Ekdal in The Wild Duck. I probably have done several hundred plays. This one here is a picture of the young me when I was a freshman in college. I didn't have a beard then. I used to have hair on top of my head, too. No children, No grandchildren, no great-grandchildren, or anything like that. Mostly I've wasted my life. I always thought I had kind of potential, but I never did use it. Don't know. More or less I've frittered my life away, but then what else is to do with a life but fritter it away?
This memorabilia thing is supposed to be a pretty big deal. The guy from Heroes is going to be there, and then John Snyder from the Dukes of Hazzard, and then a lot of old Star Wars memorabilia will be out. I'm glad Claudio's not with us this trip, actually, just because because I really want the limelight, and Claudio always gets the limelight. For those of you that have not seen this movie, they call this the MySpace Generation's Rocky Horror Picture Show. So whereas Rocky Horror is a musical that's just so bad it's good, that our lines in the movie that we had to say, you just kind of go, where did that come from? That really just, what was that all about? Did that really happen? So that's been one of the funnest parts about this film for everyone.
Has anyone got any questions? Any other questions?
It was a disaster. Oh, sure, there's going to be Troll 2 fans. They're everywhere lined up, you know, and they're going to be lined up for sure, you know, like they are at the screenings, and they're going to all want our autograph. Have you ever seen Troll 2? Oh, you're missing it. It's the worst film ever made. Worse than any of these films ever made here. Have you seen Troll 2? Do you like really bad movies? Yes. Yeah, well, that's what this one is.
Oh, wow.
It was rated on IMDb as the worst film of all time.
Oh.
Troll 2. I go, you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it. Like that, you know. So.
I have to look out for that.
And when I yell at him like that, then that becomes a famous line in the movie. We've had about between 15 to 20 screenings in the States, and they've sold out.
Yeah?
Yeah, so.
Oh, do you reckon on here it'd be the same as it, I would have thought?
I'm sorry?
How would you reckon that on here, selling out here?
Coming in? Who wants my autograph? Does anybody want my autograph? No one's freaking gonna come. I mean, we've come 15,000 miles and nobody's gonna come to this table. You gotta laugh, come on. But y'all need to see our movie that I was in. I was in a film. I was in a film called Troll 2.
Okay.
So he's heard of Troll 2. He knows about Troll 2.
Absolutely. No, I love Troll 2. I love it. Why not? Come on.
This young man's name is James.
James. All right.
What I took away from that is, I mean, you know, Troll 2 only attracts just that special group of people that, you know about the movie. Same thing with the horror conventions. It's a different audience. So, this is really interesting. This is very interesting. I've never seen anything like this before.
Horror fans are unbelievable. They're so loyal, and they carry the torch for years and years and years.
Yeah, I wonder why people like that. I don't like horror films. I mean, it's not that I don't like them. I just don't watch too many horror films. But I've started watching them a little bit more since I was in this film.
Yeah, I love
it. It's intriguing. And so, Erica, you were in the movie
Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
Okay. I've just been talking to all the celebrities from Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Were you in Troll 1 as well?
No, Troll 1 and Troll 2 don't have anything to do with each other at all. Yeah.
Have you ever watched Troll 2?
Have you seen Troll 2?
Have you seen it? No?
Oh, you are missing it. You are totally missing it. Have you ever seen Nightmare on Elm Street 5, yeah.
4.
4.
I believe I have.
You guys really are famous.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but a lot of the actors from the movies have never done anything after Nightmare on Elm Street, just like me. You know, they've not done anything else. I was intrigued by a lot of these people that were signing autographs from something they'd done 20 years back. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do, but it's like it seemed like their whole life was around what they did 20, 30 years back. And so I thought, God, don't you have something better to do? Then I turned around and thought, don't I have something better to do? I do not see how people like that stuff. God mighty knows. This place gives me the creeps. I think I'm about to get sick. I mean, why do people like this shit? Ugh. When you walk around this place, you kind of get a little bit nauseated. I've gone to the bathroom, honestly, and washed my hands about 4 or 5 times. I kind of feel dirty or something. Met a big director back there. It's just amazing. He's like got a huge film coming out this Friday, like a big budget film. And
is it Doomsday?
Yeah, Doomsday's coming out.
Yeah, Neil Marshall.
Yeah, Neil Marshall. I was talking to him.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how you just can't make conversation with. We're just sitting right there at the table, and you can't make conversation much with people that are at that level, I guess. He must have a lot of things on his mind all the time, you know. But then so do I. I've got teeth to think about, you know what I mean? I mean, that's more important than some computer graphic guy morphing a movie, don't you think, for $30,000 million? I mean, there's plenty of gingivitis around here, too. Have you noticed that? Tons of gingivitis.
Is there?
Ah,
I never noticed
it's
that.
really bad. I guarantee you, only about 5% of these people floss their teeth on a daily basis. Oh my God, this folks are weird. I mean, this is not Halloween. What's today's date? March 9th?
March, yeah.
It's freaking weird. These folks are they've lost it. I'm just sick of this place. Let's get out of here. Let's put this joint. You want to?
Yes, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Let's just clean it up. I am sick of this. I'll never do this again. I think I was pretty much burnt out on Troll 2 stuff. It was fun. It was something I did, you know, but I wouldn't want to do this again. You know, it gets old after saying the Piss on Hospitality scene, you know, over and over again. I can't imagine what it must be like for Celine Dion to sing the Titanic song. You know, I mean, she's probably sung it 5,000 times, and to sing it again, you know, how do you keep doing that? Poor Celine.
We started the Rolling Roadshow about 7 years ago. It came about as an offshoot of what we do at the Alamo Drafthouse. We've always done a lot of themed events at the theater, and then we thought, well, one of the best ways that we can have the ultimate movie experience is to have superfans in a place that's almost like a trip to Mecca for them. So we started doing nationwide tours of doing famous movies and famous locations. And when we got involved with Troll 2, I don't know when the idea came about or how the idea came about, but it just seemed like, yeah, that's really something that's got to be done.
I guess famous movies and famous locations doesn't really apply to the screen in either way.
No, it's not so famous movies and not so famous locations, but it's famous in the minds of the people that are going to come here.
The whole time I just kept in my head just thinking, I thought if I came and witnessed firsthand, it would dawn on me, this is why it's so intriguing to people, but I couldn't figure it out. I still can't figure it out. With everyone I signed, I wanted to go, are you sure?
Oh my God, that's great. Oh my God.
I don't know if I have a better memory of fandom than this event. This was pretty strong.
Where is Margot Prey?
We love her. We miss her.
A lot of the cast members will be here tomorrow. I think just about everybody except for Margot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is it impossible? Is it impossible to get you to this screening? Completely
is.
impossible.
It is.
Oh, man.
Wow.
It is.
I think you're the only cast member that won't be
It's
there.
not going to be there.
Mm.
I know you want to come.
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel it.
I just know that I just know that it's complicated. It's just complicated, and I'd be afraid, and I'd be nervous, and I wouldn't know what to do.
I mean, if you could have anything to remedy this whole solution, what would it be?
To go away somewhere where no one can find me.
Really? That's the solution to it all.
And end up somewhere, anywhere, I don't care where, in another house, in another place, in a normal neighborhood with normal people. So they make noise all night long. And the noise is so intense that sometimes it makes you dizzy.
What does it sound like? What kind of noise is it?
That is...
Wow. Yeah. Okie doke.
Take care, sweetheart.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
But I was hoping, starting over there with you guys, that we could just go through, and if you give us 1 or 2 adjectives that describe the way you felt when you first saw Troll 2, after being in it.
Well, I saw it actually right when it was first released on HBO. And I think I tuned in maybe halfway through that first time. I was confused, and then I was depressed.
The actors, every time are the same.
We thought we were all making a bona fide horror film, and unfortunately, when none of us got scripts, full scripts, so we didn't really know.
You are wrong. You are completely wrong.
Or at least nobody in our group got full scripts, so we didn't know exactly what the flow of the story was going to be or what our parts were going to be.
I direct these dogs of actors, these actors' dogs, and they doesn't remember because it's too late to remember. I'm a good director. I can direct with all the language. I direct 24 movies in English.
Actually, in the script, I was turned into a plant and put into a pot. And Darren and I were right next to each other, and we had dialogue all the way through the end.
You don't remember?
And then when I was done filming, I was like, what the hell happened to like the end, my scenes and all that? And so I didn't know what happened to me till I watched it, and I really still don't know.
Well, you don't remember anything. No. Okay, now it's my time to say to you, we saw the good actor, the bad actor, and so we decided to cut to you.
So, are there any outtakes from Troll 2?
Why every time the actor have the possibility to talk about one movie, they say a lot of bullshit. I don't understand. Maybe because they give a mic to them and they can say that the movie was bad, but I was so good. My performance was good. Some people that do that, applause to them, because there was a director like me that direct them that are nothing. Nobody know who are.
Claudio's made so many movies. I want to know what he thinks about his career. Because, you know, John Ford was pumping out like 3 films a year for years, and he never gave a shit about his movies. He just was a filmmaker. That's just what he did.
I never see the movie with the print, the real print, you know? That's very important for me. I want to understand what kind of movie I did 18 years ago. Now maybe I can understand. Tutti i film devono avere una dimensione unica, che è quella di prenderti. Cioè, io devo essere comunque preso dal film che vedo. Se il film mi prende, mi dà un'emozione, non importa quale sia, se è un'emozione di paura, un'emozione di divertimento, un'emozione che mi fa pensare, un'emozione che mi fa star male, però mi ha dato un'emozione. Quello che non accetto sono i film freddi. Credo che tutti i fans che noi abbiamo intorno a questo film siano persone che hanno avuto un'emozione, altrimenti non si spiega il perché di questo fenomeno.
I hope that he understands, you know, how wonderful Troll 2 was. I don't even want to call it a bad film. Like, I think it's an amazing film.
It's not a matter of production value or a budget or talent. It's just like whether or not something entertains.
A film like this maybe happens once a generation.
It's a real magic formula. The stars aligned.
How do you make a movie like Troll 2 then?
You can't set out to make a film like this. The gods of filmmaking were looking down on Utah.
This was our 20-something screening. I was tired of seeing Troll 2 for the 20th time. 3. Maybe a few egg whites too, that'd be good. Egg whites are terrific. Half a banana. So the glycemic index is not that high. Okay. Today I have a great life here in Alabama, a really great life, yeah. It's just home. Alabama's just home. I love Lake Martin. I mean, it's the jewel of the Southeast. And I have a good dental practice, a strong, solid practice. I've got great relationships with my patients. I have 4 beautiful women that work with me. I have a great relationship with my family. My mom and dad are still living, which is really, I'm very, very thankful for that. I love my daughters, and I have a good relationship with my ex-wife, and have a lot of good friends. I guess at this point, I kind of like keeping my life simple, and the simpler, the better. Very fortunate to be a part of a good story here in Alexander City.
Would you star in Troll 3 if Claudio asked you?
Yes. I would star in Troll 3. I'd love to star in Troll 3. What are you talking about? Of course.
Bought a home, we bartered right. 2 kiss, 2 car to light. Those pictures on the walls. Small talk in a bedroom hall. never walk